man was peeing in the desert, but he suddenly saw a golden light shining on the ground not far away. He went up to check it out. After removing the sand on the surface, he found that it was a dog's head. He looked at his companion, who was not far away. After he hesitated again and again, he still shouted to let his companion confirm it. The companion who saw the scene was also stunned for a moment. The wealth of this broad day actually came to the door. In order to verify whether it was real gold, the companion immediately took out the torch and came out to test it. As we all know, the gold turns black after heating. However, after heating for more than half an hour, the gold still has no change. It means that this is pure gold. The two excited people immediately started digging. They dig for several hours in a row, but they still couldn't dig to the bottom of the gold block. Unluckily, the two people tried to pull it out, but they couldn't shake the gold block with all their strength. It seems that this gold block is much larger than expected. It's like a small gold mountain. Then the two people tied the rope to the gold block. The other end is tied to the tow truck hook. Then the engine started to stall. However, the gold mountain seems to have grown a root. No matter what, they can't shake the gold block. They tried several times in a row, but in the end, they failed. The two people who had no other way could only dig again. Who knew that after digging for several hours in a row, they still couldn't see the bottom of the gold mountain? It was getting darker and darker. You know that the wild dogs in the deserted area are the most difficult breed. In order to resist the attack of the wild dog group, the two people had to pick up some wood. The two people next to the fire imagined the lavish life after the gold was sold. However, after calming down, the top priority was to get the gold as soon as possible. The companions suggested that the two people split up. One went to the nearby town to look for the digger. The other person stayed here to guard the gold mountain. The companions told Nick that he knew there was a small town. It takes 4 days to go east for 2 days. It takes 4 days to go back and forth. Takes a day to find the digger on the way. Takes 5 days to build the dragon palace. The companions said that they had a lot of experience in the desert. It's a good choice to look at the gold. Who knew that Nick was against it after he heard it? He found the gold mountain himself. He would never leave here even if he died. Nick was still desperate. The companions tried to figure out the sudden situation in the deserted area. Here, not only to deal with all kinds of beast attacks, but also to face the extreme weather in the desert. If someone passes by, you can't say hello. You can't expose the gold. If there is no food, you have to go hunting yourself. He advised Nick to think twice. Unexpectedly, Nick did not move after he heard it. He was the only one on this mission. Nick was determined. The companions couldn't say anything more. The next day, the two of them began to allocate supplies. The companions took most of the water source with the cooling engine. As he left, he threw a satellite phone to Nick. He said that he relied on this to contact each other on the Just think, by the time I get back, we'll be rich as all hell. After saying that, Nick drove off. Nick was left alone in the large deserted area.